Hey guys, it's Sophie and welcome to the Millennial Bride, where we encourage women to move past their brokenness and embrace their God-given identity. So before I start this video today, I do want to tell you guys my new book, Two Halves Don't Make a Whole, is now available for pre-order at Amazon.com. When you pre-order, you do receive a special swag bags, and all pre-orders will be sent out on the release date, August 15th. So make sure to grab you a copy. There is a link in the description box, so head over and get that. So today I will be sharing my testimony, and this is a video that I took a while to make because this is such an important part of me and who I am, and I wanted to make sure I thoroughly planned out this video. I want to really offer encouragement for anybody who just started their walk. I am a testament that God gives us beauty for our ashes. I do not have the cookie cutter story. I've been through real life circumstances, tragic loss, just things that really impacted my life, and I'm a testament that when you allow God to come in, He can restore and He can redeem you. I do want to let you know that a testimony is something that is ongoing. There is no arrival point in Jesus. You are constantly being worked on. You are constantly being pruned. You are constantly being renewed. So this is just where I am at as of today. So let's get into the video. So I was raised in a Christian home. My mom was a very firm believer, and I was raised going to church every Sunday. But when I was 9 years old, my life radically changed. My mom got diagnosed with brain cancer, and it literally affects your motor skills. So I literally saw my mom break down in front of us. I saw her go from being vibrant to not walking, not talking. I was young at the time, so my siblings and my dad decided that the best thing for my mom was to keep her in the home, and that's exactly what my family did until my mom passed away. So when I was 12 years old, my mom passed away, and that was a really hard time for me because I didn't really understand what was going on. The whole time my mom was sick, I was under the impression that she was going to get better. I never was under the impression that she was going to pass away. So that hit me completely left field, and I was literally so young and at a point in my life where I really needed my mom's guidance, and I still needed her help. And I literally started having behavioral issues in school because I really didn't know how to handle the emotions that I was feeling at home, and then going back into an environment with kids. It was like I had to grow up super fast, but then I was expected to be a child when I went to school, and that was something that was really tough for me. When I was 12 years old, after my mom passed away, I did decide to get baptized because that is something that all my friends were doing, and I literally just did it to fit in. When I was 13, my dad decided that he was moving to Africa, which was another devastating thing for me. I had just lost my mom, and I literally felt like I lost my dad too. I went from having two parents to literally having two siblings as parents. So my siblings stepped up and they started to raise me, you know, and life with my siblings were completely different. My siblings were young and they did their best with me. They poured into me, they loved me, but I always felt like something was missing in my life. I always craved and yearned for the love of my dad. He was a whole nother continent away, and the love of my mom. So I grew up always feeling like something was missing in me. And the summer going into 9th grade year, I moved in with another brother in California, and that was a huge transition for my life. I went from East Coast living to West Coast living, and life was completely different. My low self-esteem skyrocketed when I was in high school, and I literally did not fit in when I first got to high school. So over that 9th grade year, I really conformed myself to fit into the culture, and I started wearing weaves and makeup and booty shorts and really revealing clothing because I really thrived off of attention. And I really thrived off of attention because I didn't feel like I was getting that at home. So my junior year, I moved back with my other brother to Virginia. So there was a lot of moving, a lot of unstableness that followed me, and a lot of just behavioral issues because of all the things that was going on in my life. But I moved in with my brother in Virginia, and while I was in California, the brother that I had previously lived with that now lived in Virginia had given his life to Christ. So when I moved in, he was a completely different person, and it was really hard for me at first because I didn't know this guy, and because I wasn't saved, I really didn't get it. We would go to church every single Sunday. We would go to church on Wednesdays. They got me active in just what was going on within their church, but I really had a hardened heart, and it would go in one ear and out the other. So my senior year, right before I was about to go to college, right after I graduated, God was really tugging on my heart. And I remember having a period where I was really attempting to seek out the Lord, but every time I would attempt to seek out the Lord, it would never stick and it would never last. But that was my first time really trying to listen to worship music, try to read my Bible, but like I said, nothing stuck. Went to college and I lived, quote unquote, as the world would say, my best life. I did the things that I wanted to do. When I turned 21, I drank for the first time and I started going out and clubbing. And a huge part of my identity, because I didn't have my mom and my dad, I literally looked for validation in this world in men. And that was a huge issue for me. It ended me up in a lot of relationships and situationships that I shouldn't have been in, that literally tore down my self-esteem, and it was just horrible and ridiculous. So after college, I got married and I had a baby, and because I didn't have my mom and my dad, and like I said, I felt like something was always missing, I really yearned for a nuclear family, and I really yearned for the day that I would be able to create my own family. And I really felt like that would fill the void in my life that I had been experiencing my whole life, because no matter what I did, no matter what I accomplished, that emptiness was always there. Because my mom and my dad was not there, I really yearned for the day that I would be able to create my own family. And I now know that that void that I was feeling and experiencing was literally the place that Jesus needed to fill. So when I got married and I had my son, that I was happy, but that emptiness was still there, and that really did worry me because I expected that emptiness to go away. If you watch God Save My Husband and I from Hurricane Harvey, you know that last year around this time, I had gotten an amazing job opportunity in Houston, Texas, and I was super excited about it because my husband and I were struggling financially, and I literally saw this as our exit plan. I saw this as a way to establish our family and buy a home, because the cost of living is very affordable in Houston, Texas, and literally God shut that door. And now I know a year later why God shut that door, but I didn't know it then, and it really led me to a feeling of depression. And I battled depression all throughout my life, but the difference now is that I had a husband and I had a baby. I was literally at home with him all day, and I remember saying to myself, I cannot. Depression had literally led me to dark places. There were times where I wouldn't want to eat, I wouldn't want to go out, I wouldn't get out of bed, I would be unproductive, and I knew that I could not do this now that I had a son. So I had a journal that I had been gifted by my brother and my sister-in-law, and I decided that I was going to start seeking God. So it was a mixture of relational issues that I was having with my husband, not feeling fulfilled, not feeling happy, still feeling empty, and this job, the door being closed, that literally led me to seek God. I'd go into my backyard every single morning and seek God, and he literally met me in that place, and he radically transformed my life. My friends joke and say I had a Saul to Paul conversion, because I really did, and everything in my life changed overnight. That is my testimony. I didn't go into too much detail because I do have a book coming out, Two Halves Don't Make a Whole, on August 15th, which is now available for pre-order. And in that book, I explain my testimony in greater detail and exactly my experience with going to the backyard and how God radically transformed my life and my marriage. So make sure that you pre-order that book today. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me video requests in the description box below. I definitely am excited to film videos on what you guys need and where you guys feel that you are at. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And please tune in next week for next week's videos. Bye guys.